Hello, my name is Vasıf Karagücük, and I'm an English language instructor at School of Foreign Language at Gaziantep Islam Science and Technology University. In this video, I'm going to teach you passive voice. And if we have a look at the outline of my slideshow, we can see active or passive, tense forms of the passive, modal passives. So, first of all, in passive voice, we should decide whether the sentence is active or passive. In active sentences, generally, we start with the agent. Mary helped the boy. Help is the verb in here, and the boy is the object. But in passive voice, the object becomes the subject of the sentence. First, the boy was helped by Mary. In here, the object of the sentence, the active sentence, becomes the subject of the passive sentence, and we added be in here for the simple past tense, was, and the verb. And if we want to specify the agent, we can specify it by using by. So, the rule of the passive voice is generally like this. Be plus past participle. Like in the examples. He is helped by her. He was helped by her. He will be helped by her. And there are some verbs which are intransitive. In other words, they cannot take objects. So, with those verbs, we cannot produce passive sentences. Like appear, arrive, belong, come, die, fall, happen, look like, etc. Let's do some activities together. It will be much more easier for you. In here, we are going to decide whether the sentences are passive or active. And if the sentences are passive, we have to use the verbs in the correct tenses. So, let's do it together. Some of the early European zoos were dark holes or dirty caves. At that time, people by the bad conditions and the mistreatment of the animals. So, as you can see, this is something in the past. And we have by in here. So, the first sentence should be passive. And the answer is were disgusted by the bad conditions and the mistreatment of the animals. Later, these early zoos by scientific institutions. So, those zoos were replaced, again, passive voice, by scientific institutions where animals cannot study themselves, so we have to use passive voice in here, where animals were studied and kept in good condition. Actually, we don't have to use were here again, because in the first one, we used were. These research centers, the first modern zoos. So, in here, we have both subject and the object. So, this sentence is active. These research centers became the first modern zoos. Let's continue with the tense forms of the passive. If the active sentence is simple present, in passive, we use is, am, is, are, actually, and verb 3, past participle, in other words. In present progressive, we generally use am, is, are, verb ing, but in the passive, we use am, is, are, being, past participle. In present perfect, we use have, has, past participle. In passive forms, we use have, has, plus been, and plus past participle. In simple past, active sentences, we use verb 2, and in the passive form, we have to use we, in other words, was, were, and past participle, verb 3. In past progressive, in other words, past continuous tense, in active sentences, we use was, were, verb ing, but in passive forms, was, were, being, past participle. In past perfect, we use had plus past participle. In passive sentences, we use had plus been plus past participle. And for the feature, simple feature, for the will, we generally use in active sentences will plus verb 1. But in the passive sentences, we use will plus be plus past participle. For the be going to, in active sentences, we use am/are going to verb 1. And in passive sentences, we use am/are going to plus be plus past participle. And the future perfect, we use will have past participle. But in passive form, we use will have plus been past participle. And the questions are like this. Actually, the same rules, like that. Let's have a look at some questions. For example, in active, is Mary helping the boy? The passive form of the active question is the boy being helped by Mary? Did Mary help the boy? Was the boy helped by Mary? Has Mary helped the boy? Has the boy been helped by Mary? Will Mary help the boy? Will the boy be helped by Mary? So, after some examples, it will be easier. Let's have a look at this example. The Amazon Valley is extremely important to the ecology of the Earth. 40% of the world's oxygen there. As you can see, I have to use simple present. And in simple present, I have to use be, in other words, am/are, and the past participle. So the answer is produced. Another example. The first antibiotic, penicillin, by Alexander Fleming in 1928. In here, I have to use simple past tense. And in simple past tense passive sentences, we use was, or were, and past participle. So, was discovered. The full sentence is, the first antibiotic, penicillin, was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1928. Let's have a look. Frostbite occurs when a person's skin to extreme cold. In here, I have a general truth. In general truth, we have to use simple present tense. So the answer is exposed. The full sentence is, frostbite occurs when a person's skin is exposed to extreme cold. Let's do more examples, because as I said before, practice makes perfect. The first cola flavored drink in 1881. So I have to use simple past. Since that time, many other brands of soft drinks and sold around the world. The first sentence should be in simple past, and the second sentence should be in present perfect, because we have since. So our answer is, the first cola flavored drink was introduced in 1881. Since that time, many other brands of soft drinks have been developed and sold around the world. The first email message in 1971. I had to use simple past. Now, millions of emails every day. Something which we do as a general routine. So, in the second sentence, I have to use simple present. So, the full sentence is, the first email message was sent in 1971. Now, billions of emails are sent every day. Taxes, since ancient times. We have since in here, so I have to use present perfect. Let's have a look at the second sentence. In Mesopotamia, there were no coins. So, male citizens to pay with a cow or a ship, something in the past. So, the first one should be in present perfect passive, and the second one should be in past passive. So, the answer is taxes have been collected since ancient times in Mesopotamia. There were no coins, so male citizens were required to pay with a cow or a ship. Now, we are going to have a look at modal passives. As you know, we have some modals like can, can't, should, had better, ought to, has to, supposed to, etc. The general rule in modal passives is after the modal verb, you have to use be and the past participle. What about the past passives of the modals? For example, with the should, with must, with couldn't, with ought to, we can use past forms of them. In active, we generally use should, must, could, couldn't, ought to, plus have, plus past participle. But the main difference is we had to use being after have in past passive form of the models. Like in the example, the letter should have been sent last week, but it wasn't sent. Anyway, let's do some activities together. It will be easier for you then. Change the news a long time ago. So, it is something in the past. Should, past form of should. So, the answer should be James should have been told the news a long time ago. Meat in a refrigerator or it will spoil. So, this is something in the present. After must, I have to use be and the past participle form of the verb. So, the answer is meat must be kept in a refrigerator or it will spoil. Another example. We are trying, but the window can't plus open. In here, again, something in present. I don't have to use past form of the model. So the answer is can't be opened. More examples. Good news. I jump soon. Again, something in the present. So may plus be plus past participle. Good news. I may be offered a job soon. Yoko, when she saw her boss at the movies, he had called sick. Something in the past. So I have to use Yoko must have been surprised when she saw her boss at the movies. He had called in sick. What have we learned so far in this video? We learned active or passive form of the sentences, tense form of the passive, and modal passives, and how to use them. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.